Welcome to another episode of The Other Side, and a happy 4th of July to you. Today we are discussing the patriotic movies that you need to watch. How are you feeling today on 4th of July?
Feeling great, Wesley. Captain America's ready to talk about patriotic movies.
Right.
Number 10, Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor. Okay, I'll let you talk about Pearl Harbor because it's a Michael Bay movie and it's got his signature style. My only issue with Pearl Harbor is that it's not exactly historically accurate. There are a lot of things in there where it's like, okay, this didn't happen that long ago. It's in a history book of how this went down. Other than that, it is a good movie featuring great action and whatnot. I just didn't like some of the personal opinions that I think he threw in there.
I enjoyed Pearl Harbor for the historical value of it. Number 9, Born on the 4th of July.
Starring Tom Cruise. Born on the 4th of July is a movie about Tom Cruise playing a Vietnam veteran suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, dealing with being the town hero, and it takes a look at a soldier coming back from war, trying to adjust to life in normal society, and by movie's end, he is protesting the war. We like this movie because it's a great representation of a time that our country was going through where the citizens were wondering, is it okay to protest a war? You know, must we go to war? And then I think it does a good job of representing both sides of that argument and, you know, telling the story through our main character, which is excellently portrayed by Tom Cruise.
Number 8, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. This is one of my personal favorites. James Stewart ends up being nominated for the Senate, and they think people there in Washington think they can take advantage of him, and he pulls a fast one on them. Excellent movie. Got to check it out.
Number 7, Red Dawn.
Definitely love Red Dawn. If you happen to be part of a football team in Middle America and Russians decide to attack the country, the Wolverines will take care of you.
Yeah, exactly. Filmed during the Cold War era, where it just seemed like every other day we were going to go to war against Russia. It's a great little movie about some kids in a small town fighting back against, you know, an invading force. Starring Patrick Swayze too.
Many 80 stars were crammed in. Number 6,
Independence Day.
Aliens decide they want to wipe out the planet. Well, America's right there to whoop your butt, along with the rest of the world towards the end. It was a great unity. Something we still need today to fight terror.
All right. Moving on to number 5, Rocky IV. If I can change, if you can change, we all can change. Sylvester Stallone's, I guess you could call it, inspirational speech at the end of that movie. Another 80s Cold War era movie featuring the Italian stallion Rocky going up against, I must break you, Ivan Drago. Excellent. I love Rocky movies.
Excellent film, and it shows the determination. One of my favorite scenes in that is when you see Drago going through his training, and you see Sylvester Stallone. I mean, you don't need to go to the gym. You just need some rocks and
running up a mountain,
trees and running up the mountain.
You know, and I also like the subtle hint that Drago was on steroids too in that. Number 4, Captain America.
What more needs to be said? What more needs to be said?
How more patriotic can you get than Captain America?
I decided to jump into World War II and help take out the Nazis.
Exactly. Those Red Skull magic-using Nazis.
Alien technology.
Alien technology. Still, a fun movie and part of the great Marvel Universe as we see it now. Number 3, Glory. One of my personal favorite movies of all time. Glory centers around the true events of the 1st African-American Regiment in the United States military during the Civil War, taken on by Colonel Shaw, led by him, who was kind of a disgraced colonel, not having very much military success. He takes this regiment, the 54th, out of Boston, Massachusetts, and ends up winning respect for their regiment and for African-American soldiers going forward. And just the cast of this movie with Matthew Broderick delivering a great performance, Carrie Ooles, and I do believe the only time you see Denzel Washington and Morgan Freeman in the same movie. It is just a great movie. I love it. I could watch it any day of the week. Number 2.
Number 2, Mel Gibson and the Patriot.
Regardless of what you think of Mel Gibson personally, and I personally think he's crazy as the man who chased the cake, this is a great movie.
The Patriot, definitely that core American fighting spirit. We wanted our independence, and we were willing to do what it took.
It's one of the few movies that actually focuses on the Revolutionary War, which kind of shocks me that isn't something that's been tapped on more, but I think they did a great job showing that not only did not all the colonies want to go to war, but you had people who had already fought in the French Indian War that didn't want to come back, you know, that didn't want anything to do with this, which is Mel Gibson's character's played by, and I just thought it did a good job of representing not only the colonies, but the English, and, you know, it's a great epic film. Yeah, great action sequences, you know.
Number 1.
Kind of a no-brainer. Saving Private Ryan. This movie is just perfect. Great movie. Tom Hanks, Matt Damon, slew of other people. Just a great World War II movie with probably one of the most good God openings with the Normandy invasion, which for me was something I was fascinated with in high school and read about. And so when I saw this movie, it was just like everything I read was brought to life. I could not imagine being a soldier getting off of those boats onto that beach. Yes, very, very powerful movie. One of the best of all time. If you've never seen it, go and see it. It's great from beginning to end.
Our top 10 list. Patriot Movies, happy 4th of July.
Yeah, that's right. God bless America. And if you don't like that, you can refer back to one of our previous videos. See you on the other side.
Avengers, assemble!